Welcome back. Buongiorno. It is 11:36 p.m. here, and I'm going through and I'm taking on a journey with me on this second ever paint stream of John Art with JB. I do apologize for the delay in getting videos out. I'm actually in the process of moving out of state, so that's been taking up a lot of my time lately. So that's sort of where I've been. And yeah, that's the long and short of it. I'm going from New York to Vermont, so that's been sort of consuming my energies, but very exciting. My fiance and I are very excited to be going up to Burlington. And I'll be, in any event, continuing to paint for you good people. So what I'm doing is I'm just going in here and I am basically just going through and stacking in some trees. I was playing some relaxing Nintendo music, but my cell phone unfortunately died on me, so we're sort of going to have to deal with some awkward silences, it appears. So, but it's not the end of the world, right? Come in here and just let's see, do these on different layers. Let's do different opacities too. And no matter what anybody tells you in digital painting, if you are using preset brushes and they tell you it's cheating, then you can tell them to get lost. Computer's a tool, just like any other tool. Take advantage of the features that it affords you, right? Now, that doesn't discount having fundamentals, knowledge of structure, anatomy, perspective, value, composition, so forth. But if you have the requisite knowledge, make your life easier, right? And don't sweat trying to do everything the hard way. If you have a preset tool or brush there that'll make your life easier, take advantage of it. You know, the idea is you're creating a painting, and the whole conceit behind using the computer in the first place is to optimize workflow, speed up your ability to meet a deadline. And if you can't use it for those specific things, then what's the point? Might as well just pick up the brushes, paint, and oil. Because I'll tell you, I mean, I still really love oil paint. And what I'm doing right now is cross training, going back and forth between oil paint and digital. But I will say that oil paint it's a one-of-a-kind medium. I'm just going through and trying to, at this point, find colors that work and keep it as impressionistic as possible. And one thing I'm going to have to do is do layer via cut again, because I'm painting on the same layer as my reference, which is a big no. That's okay. If I go to view, actual size, better to see what your work looks like in its actual form here. And now that I'm looking at this, I see that I might want to scale back on some of the tree brushes here and go back to some leaf brushes. I'm just going through. Plugging in some values. Coming in. And you always want to try and look at your work at actual size. Vary my brush direction and brush size. Maybe go with a regular brush, knock that hardness up a little bit. Let me zoom out for a moment here. Let me put this on a new layer. That's and what we're going to do is create a new layer above this. Paste our dock back in. Move this so we can see it. And what I might want to do is just switch up this brush completely, do like a bright tree branch. Let's go to view actual size. Again, you want to make sure that you're viewing all this stuff at the actual size. Right. I can come in here. Maybe I want to get some sort of tree line up here. And again, I would have to go through, select this, Command C, delete, go back. Command C, delete. New layer. Command V, paste. Merge these. Go to view, actual size. And then I'll go back here, add some more leaves. You want to think of trees as clumps, right? Not individual strands. So what I can do is I can come up here. Command D. Edit, redo layer visibility. And we'll just kind of continue with what's been working. You can see I'm pretty transparent about my process here. Let's knock that down a little bit. That won't do. View. We want to go actual size. Want to make sure this looks like a painting as I'm putting it together. Doesn't have like a Wacomey type of feel to it. And again, that comes with flipping, right? Changing the direction of your brush. For those of you who are curious, I used to do this sort of thing in Microsoft Paint style where I didn't even use a stylus for a long time. I did some indie work that way, coloring and working on the computer, just sort of old school Microsoft Paint style. But you know, it's been about a decade since I really have gotten more than knee deep into digital, and I'm kind of just diving back in head first. Yeah, and I'm chronicling those experiences as well. For those of you who are curious, I actually posted a Huayan review, and unfortunately, if you're looking for a positive assessment of Huayan, you're not going to find it on this channel. It was a pretty abysmal experience that I had with them. I ordered the tablet, it didn't work. You know, I did an SMC reset of my ports and just would not connect. I couldn't get a signal. I had to return the thing. It's crazy. You know, the display was beautiful. Images looked great on it when I could get it to connect, but it just was inconsistent. I got it to connect maybe once or twice. after much ado. And yeah, no, I mean, it's just very much like a chore trying to get this thing to work. So I teach also at a local art school. It's one of several, and I teach digital. I'm a digital arts teacher, one of the local institutions around here in this area. And at this particular school, we have XP tablets. So I ended up getting an XP tablet. And that I'm optimistic about the XP tablet. They seem to work really well. They're calibrated almost perfectly in the lab. Granted, we have people on the tech side at my school where I teach that take care of that sort of thing, but I'm looking forward to, seeing what comes of that. So I think what we need to do is have a few more little trees in here, but I think I might add some pines. So what I'm going to do is just go in here. I'm going to save, Command S. Going to move this up one rung. And right now, this is looking a little funky over here because I'm going off of a underdrawing. So when I plug in the underdrawing, you can see that I have a lot of my elements I haven't really plugged in there yet. I'm drawing through a lot of my forms where when I work in oil or digitally, I work from the back to the front. And I usually will sort the face first of a figure, draw everything out so I have the perspective and structure correct, and then the face will help inform the values that I'm going to lay in as I work from the back forward, and then eventually I hit the figure and the foreground elements again, and I usually end in the left corner of the piece. But that's generally how I work on a cover or, a digital painting, oil painting as well. My medium of choice is actually oil. But let's see here. Just playing around. I'm tired. But I wanted to get this recording out and have something for you guys. I will have a new Andrew Loomis tutorial this time on how to draw the entire figure in 15 minutes. That'll be coming up on my channel as well in the next day or so, in addition to this video. And in any event, I just wanted you to see how I mass in these trees, right? We'll go to about 12 midnight exactly here. Then I'll cut it. I just want to see if I can mask these forms and get this a little more defined, get this sort of cleaned up here, and then call it a day. I'm liking what I see with this background so far. Definitely has more of a book cover feel to it. You want to vary up the texture. You don't want to fall into that digital trap of having everything look really Wacom-y and computer done. You want to try to employ depth of field. It's okay if you want to do haze effects, right? Play around with saturation to get that sense of, distance of objects receding into the distance. That's totally fine. As long as you don't overdo it. You want to be conscious, and you also want to be working in, taking pictures of your work on your cell phone if you're working traditionally, and you want to be working in, you want to be trying to get a sense of how your work is going to look in black and white, how the values are going to check out, because if your work looks good in black and white, it's going to look good in color. And then go from there. Just one moment while I plug in my Macintosh here. And you want to really have that sense of how your work is going to look in black and white. And, if in oil, what sometimes I'll do is I'll do a gray line. And other times I'll just take pictures periodically off my cell phone and convert the image to black and white to see how my progress is coming along in the values department. Digital, sometimes I'll convert it to black and white. Generally, I'm pretty confident where things are going to go. I planned this piece out for a bit now. And this is actually, just FYI, a piece of Foundation fan art. Isaac Asimov. And this is going to be Gal Dornick in the front, arriving on Terminus, fresh from his visit with Harry Seldon. And have ground cars, and we're going to have a little futuristic plaza. It's going to be great, and definitely inspired by the great Sid Mead. You know, I'm a sucker for Sid Mead and Ralph McQuarrie and all these other guys, and a lot of the Walt Disney Imagineering stuff is really amazing as well. You can't go wrong with that stuff, guys. Not in my opinion, at least. Tree line in here. Let's zoom out so I can see my reference. So I'm just getting the tips of this. So I don't even think I want that. I want something more along the lines of yeah, see, that's about 29% opacity. We want that's just a floral that I can use. What we can do is below this, sort of make strategic use of our layers here. Oh. I'm going to come in, pop this a little bit, pop this brightness. But let's go view actual size. You always want to try to work in your actual size. And I don't mind that it's sort of abstract, right? I kind of like that abstraction. View actual size. And it's 59 right now. And I'm thinking this looks pretty good. You know, I'm ready to kind of move on to the next stage here. Let me just, before we go, let me show you what I've got laid in. So let's get this off. Go back up to my Epcot reference. And so, yeah, so this is basically sort of the long and short of it. We'll go to Window, Workspace, Reset Essentials, create a nice clean work area. And then you can see I'm just kind of moving along here. Let me save this. And going from there, right? So that's basically it, guys. Until next time, ciao, arrivederci. And I will see you next week, right? Same place, same time. Well, not exactly, but be there or be square, guys. We'll have some more drawing content for you. And I'll be sure to release that Loomis tutorial, get that out for you guys. It's Loomis. It's going to be the entire figure in 15 minutes as opposed to the head in 15 minutes. Thanks, everybody, and take care. All right. We stopped our recording and bid you good night. Arrivederci.